From the Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma, it's the finals of the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association. Kelly Fisher and Iris Renola about to go after the U.S. Open title. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Norman, Oklahoma. The excitement's in the air. It's the finals of the WPBA U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. Mitch Lawrence alongside two-time U.S. Open champion, the striking Viking, Ava Matai-Lawrence. Ava, you can feel it in the air. There is nothing like it. Two players left out of the 64 that came to Norman. Kelly Fisher and Iris Renola left standing. One of those two players is about to be very happy in a little while.
Yeah, it's been an incredible week already for both players. Iris Renola, this is only her second WPBA event, and here she is in the finals of one of the most coveted titles on the Classic Tour, the U.S. Open. So she's really had a win already. Kelly Fisher, what can you say? By winning the semifinal match that brought her into the finals, she actually took over the #1 ranking from the Queen of Pool, Alison Fisher, who's had that ranking since 2002. So she's already had a bit of a victory this week.
I know neither one of them is satisfied yet. You have two of these trophies at home. I know what it meant to you to win them. One of them, Iris Renola or Kelly Fisher, this will be a life-changing victory for them.
There's no question about it. You know, we have so many great tournaments on the WPBA Classic Tour, but there is something magical about the words, the U.S. Open champion.
All right, let's find out who it's going to be. All week long, tremendous support in the community here in Norman and the surrounding areas in Oklahoma. Iris Renola on the left, Kelly Fisher on the right, the all-important lag for the opening break. And who is going to get it? Quickfire Kelly Fisher will have that opportunity. Here are the rules of the game. Cue ball and object balls 1 to 9. You have to hit the lowest numbered ball on the table first. And the rack will be over when the 9 is pocketed. We saw our tournament director and referee Steve Tipton getting that rack ready. The diamond shape of 9 balls about to be broken open by Kelly Fisher. The break not working that well in her semifinal. Let's see what she does now, Ava.
Well, she did what she had to do to start out. She made a couple balls on the break, and she does have an open shot, Mitch, on the 2 ball right here in the corner. She's playing it down here. She can just drift the cue ball into the rail and out in this area for the 3.
Fired in.
Well done here. The issue she's going to have, Mitch, is on the 5 ball. Getting up to the 4 now, she's obviously going to want a lot of angle to get down to the 5. You see the 5 and 6 right there. She has to get perfect on that 5 ball to be able to stay for the 6.
Sneak it by the 7 there. Kelly Fisher, originally from Yorkshire in England, now living in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. This obviously, she wants to keep this going. As Ava said, tough position to get back to the 5 at the other end.
She wants it to go just a little bit more, and it looks like she has the angle to play the 5 there, have the cue ball stop off the 9 ball. Just a little bit of right spin that'll bring the cue ball into the 9, have it stop off there for a position on the 6. Well, she doesn't look like she's going up and down. I don't think she hit it hard enough.
She knew it as soon as she put that stroke on it, Ava. Now a decision to be made.
Well, she's going to have to play a safety here. The good thing for Kelly in this spot is how close the 9 is to the 6. So she can use that 9 ball to try to hide behind.
Took a look at that corner pocket, thinking about the bank maybe?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. This early in the match, you don't want to take a chance on there. Obviously, the bank is an open shot, but the cue ball's going away from the 7, so you're going to have to hit some speed on it. It's too easy to just tap it, kind of spin it around behind the 9 ball, or send the 6 ball cross table up to the center of the opposite end rail.
And we know Kelly can play some great safeties. In that semifinal I alluded to, a break wasn't working, but her safety play was. It was 3 consecutive fouls with safeties that she got on Jeanette Lee that kind of springboarded her to that win. Let's see if that ability to hit good safeties keeps going, and that is not the one she wanted for sure.
No, and obviously playing the safety, using the bridge makes it a little tougher, but she should have had a better result than that. I don't think that Iris has a shot here on the 6. It looks like it's way too severe of an angle. She has a couple of options. She could go ahead and bank the 6 ball over here and draw the cue ball back toward the 9, behind the 9. She doesn't have to judge it much more, a little over a foot to just draw it back. No, she's cutting this in, Mitch?
She is.
Oh, she hit it. She had to let the cue ball go, though. And she has left a tough shot on the 7. It was a good shot on the 6, but where's she going to go from here?
As she gets ready, let's quickly give you the rules of this match. It's a race to 7 for the title, the U.S. Open title. A 30-second shot clock with 1 extension per rack. We will alternate the break, and it's foul on all balls.
Yeah, just undercut it a hair. These pockets are not forgiving. It's set up as tough as it gets in billiards right here. Very fair pockets.
They would be on the beautiful Brunswick Billiards Tournament Edition Gold Crown 5 table. We've talked about it all week. You've got to hit the shots where they're supposed to be played. This 9 ball for an early lead for Quickfire, Kelly Fisher. 1-0 over Iris Rinola at the U.S. Open. In sports, life's biggest dreams can also carry the greatest risk. Last year at the same U.S. Open, Kelly Fisher felt the excruciating pain that comes with wanting something so badly that losing it at the last second brings with it the possibility of a career-changing downfall. But this week, she has ridden her enormous talent and her warrior spirit to the brink of redemption. Though she has already gained the world's #1 ranking with a stirring semifinal victory, it's the next and final step she must take to complete her heart's journey. For unseeded and largely unknown Iris Rinola, her Cinderella week began with a tension-packed victory over 4-time and defending Open champion Alison Fisher. The shocking victory signaled the beginning of something special. Following that unexpected triumph, she surprisingly took out 2 more former U.S. Open champions, 9th-ranked Helena Tornfeld and 2nd-ranked Ga Young Kim. And lo and behold, by week's end, unassuming but deadly Iris Rinola now finds herself poised to become the first woman from the Philippines to ever own this most important title. History is in the making, and today this is the stage where a dream will come true. It's time to crown the United States Open champion.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. It's what winning feels like. By the American Pool Players Association, the largest amateur pool association in America. And by Brunswick Billiards since 1845, the standard of superior craftsmanship preferred by experts around the world.
We have had a tremendous week here at the Riverwind Casino in Norman. They are also doing some construction to make it an even more fantastic destination. New hotel with 88 rooms, 12 suites, a business center to be completed in November of 2008. The home of the United States Open 9-Ball Championship. Inside Riverwind, we're in the finals, 2 terrific players. In case you missed it, shame on you, but we're going to give you some highlights from both of the semifinals. First, Iris Rinola and Yuram Cha.
Well, there in rack 4, you saw a big miss by Iris Rinola. And again, in rack 6, a miss on the 6. This was kind of a shaky match. The pressure really getting to both players here. I think this is a pressure neither one of them are really used to. But at the end of the day, the person that was able to pull it off in this match was this player right here. She came up in the last rack with this break. She was not about to give that back to Yuram as she takes this match 7-6. Tough way to get into the finals right there.
Our second semifinal matchup, Kelly Fisher and Jeanette Lee, and what a tremendous match this was, Ava.
It really was. Both players played phenomenally well. That was an unusual miss by Kelly right there, took her eye off of it, but her safety game was fantastic in this match. Not too many players can battle head-on with Jeanette when it comes to safeties, but Kelly had the upper hand, and this set up for a 3 fouls in a row by Jeanette, which is loss of game. And this combination on the 9-ball in rack 9, and then finally the 9 right there. 7 games to 5. Kelly Fisher moved into the finals.
And a look at our Pool Dog road to the finals. There you see them. 2 left out of 64 players that wanted a shot at the U.S. Open title. One of these 2 will have it in just a short while. Here is Kelly Fisher's week in Norman. First 4 matches, that lost to Jasmine Ocean early in the double elimination format, but look at how she responded. Julie Kelly, Vivian Villarreal, Jeanette Lee. That is how a champion gets to the finals. We'll see if she can finish the job. Iris Rinola at the table now, and her break has been working very, very well. 7 out of 10 times that she has the break, she has gone to win the game during this week in Norman.
That's an extremely high percentage, especially playing alternate breaks. You really need to take advantage when it's your turn at the table. And what a mess this is. 7-ball is blocking the path to the pocket, so she's going to have to play safety. You see the 2 and the 9 are tied up here. I think she's going to draw the cue ball here. Watch the cue ball. Try to sneak behind the 2-9. Perfect shot. Great shot. Nice touch.
Safety play by the native of Zamboanga City in the Philippines, now living in the Detroit area with her sister Ivy. That's Iris Rinola. Kelly Fisher to the table.
All right, good hit by Kelly there. And a free shot. She knows that Iris is going to have a tough way to go here with that 2 and 9 being tied up. Iris can make the 1 here, but it doesn't really do her any good unless she has a serious plan for what to do with this 2-ball. Last thing you want to do is break them up unless you have a really good safety in mind right here.
Iris, 31 years of age, started playing at 10, but started playing seriously about 6 years ago.
No good. No good. I think a little bit inexperienced. I would rather have seen her go for a safety there on the 1-ball instead of now all of a sudden it's an opportunity for Kelly. Tough shot. She's got to jack up. Cue ball's close to the rail. She's going to try to make the 2-ball all the way down and draw the cue ball back for the 3.
Exactly what you were talking about, Ava. Very, very difficult shot.
It was. She's also left an open shot for Iris on the 2-ball in the side pocket. The worst part for Iris is when she makes the 2, the cue ball's heading the opposite direction for where she wants it to. She would love to be able to come down and play the combination. Making the 2 here, you see the cue ball has to go the other way. I think she's just going to have to tap this and go up. And instead of playing that combination, whoa, almost missed that. Instead of playing the combination, she may have to go for the billiard here. It's very makeable, but problem with the billiard in this situation where you have that much angle, where is the 3 going? You don't want to hit this too hard. That 9-ball is also big. Be careful so she doesn't get snookered behind the 9. Oh, baby. She wanted that to stop. No good. Can see a billiard means you hit the lowest number ball on the table first, and then instead of making the combination, sending the 3 into the 6, you send the cue ball into the object ball.
And that is not what Iris wanted to see, especially with the 3 hanging by the corner. Kelly Fisher coming to the table. Exactly what she does want to see. An open table for her and a chance to take a 2-rack lead and put the pressure squarely on Iris Rinola.
Kelly really looks focused right now. You can see it in her eyes. Got these 4 balls to get ahead 2-0, and she wants that to come down a little bit more. She may have come up a little shorter than she wanted, Mitch. She wanted to be right here so she could have made the 5-ball and drawn straight back. Now she's going to be forced to go toward the right. She could either follow it around or she can slam it and go across and out again. Either way, she makes the shot tougher by hitting it that hard, but you know what? She has probably the straightest stroke in billiards, short of perhaps Alison Fisher. And there's no problem there. Nice little low spin here. Go around 2 rails for position, right toward the 9. And she is moving.
That is the stride of somebody who is very confident right now. The #1 ranked player in the world, Kelly Fisher. How does that sound? 2 racks in a row off the bat, and Iris Rinola has her work cut out for her here in Norman. Here at the Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma, the U.S. Open 9-ball championship finals. And Ava, we talk about the break so often. Let's look at the break of Iris Rinola and Kelly Fisher.
Well, both breaking from the side. You can see that Iris's right front foot is a little bit more toward the shot. She's getting up already, as is Kelly. Both players coming through a little bit more open, a little freer follow through by Iris. And it's resulted over this tournament. 67% of the time Iris has made a ball on the break, and versus Kelly's 60%. So a little bit higher percentage there by Iris, and that is a big deal in this at this level in these tournaments. Making a ball on the break is a must so you can control the table. And that she did. Got a bit of an issue here. 1 goes fine, 2 balls right here, a little tricky to get to. This is Kelly's problem right here. The 5, the 6, and the 7. She's going to have to come with something. The 5 and 7 are tied up. So that would be the main work in this rack. The one thing she has going for is the 4-ball being on the same side of the table. If she gets a good angle here, she may be able to go into them and break something open and at least be able to get a chance to play a safety. She's looking to go 1 or maybe probably 2 rails here. Put some left spin on this cue ball. This is a huge shot here, Mitch.
Yes,
how did you hit it?
That's how you solve a problem in a rack, right there.
Fantastic shot, great speed, hit it right where she wanted it, and she was rewarded big time.
And what a key rack for Kelly Fisher. 2 balls on the break in the first rack. She put that one on the board. And if she can get a break and run here in rack number 3, she really is going to make it tough for Iris Rinola. And we are lucky to have with us this week 4-time U.S. Open champion, the defender, knocked out 2 and out this week, but she's been able to do some great work for us. Down on the floor with some opinions, Alison Fisher. Allie?
It looks like Kelly Fisher, quickfire, is all fired up to win her first US Open title and her first title of the season. She's really dominating this match right now.
That is absolutely true, Alison. Look at that look on Kelly's face. Last year, we can't talk about it enough. Alison knows it well. It was her 4th US Open title, her 50th title on the WPBA Classic Tour. Kelly came close, but she looks like a very determined woman here in Norman with a 3-rack lead. Here's Iris Rinola's week in Norman, knocking out Ga Young Kim after beating Alison, and then 2 big victories over Sarah Ellerby and Yuram Cha in the semifinals. And this relatively unknown player from the Philippines, ranked 37th in the world coming in, has really put on a show, but she has her work cut out for her now, Ava, down 3-0.
Well, the good thing for Iris is her break is so consistent. Again, makes a ball on the break. Wide open shot at the 1 ball. She can make it in the corner here. little bit of left spin coming across here for the 2. She just got to make sure she hits it firm enough to get past that 9. You can see left spin. Oh, she's adding some English. She's got to watch out here if she goes on the other side of the side. Well, she was still left with a shot combination. She'd rather be shooting the 2 ball straight in, obviously, but when she drew that, she changed the angle a little bit, and that brought her in to a little bit of trouble, but she should be able to work this out. Well done. Look out. Good combination here, Mitch. Not just making the ball, but really keeping track of where is the 2 ball going and where is that cue ball. And she's got a chance right here. Needs to make this. Slow roll it. Perfect. And boy, does she need this. Being down 3 games to nothing against Kelly Fisher, who is so hungry for that U.S. Open win. Renola really needs to remind her that she's here too.
And absolutely is trying to answer Kelly Fisher's break and run in the 3rd rack with one of her own.
Well, she's got her work cut out for her here. She got way too straight on this 5 ball, Mitch. She needs to come out a little bit on the... Oh, no. She was trying to create something there. She was almost straight in. Try to float into the cue ball to the side rail and back out again. And that was a devastating miss. She really needed to make that. She got a little bit lucky by leaving a tougher long shot for Kelly, and that's her hope right now, is that Kelly misses this and she gets a chance back at the table.
Chance. Come on.
Well, wishes do come true.
You hear Iris in the background really hoping for that 5 to clear, but it doesn't. Ava, 5-7, only option.
Nah, she needs to play safety here. That's too tough of a shot at this point. That's crazy. She's playing well. You know, I know she is an offensive player, but there are times where you just need to play the smart shot, play the safety.
And take some time. I mean, she just got up to the table and hit that. Surprising.
She did. You can see her in the chair right there. She's hanging with her head. You need to forgive the mistakes you made, let go of the balls you missed, and stay in this match.
You know, we've talked early enough. This is the 4th rack, but the experience that Kelly Fisher has over the course of the last few years, winning, coming close, being on TV, that to me is what it's really showing itself now, because Iris has hit a couple of shots that she needed to take a lot more time on and clearly didn't, and she's paying the price right now.
That's true, and you actually have to build up to get the heart of a champion like this, to have gone through it before. That does mean a lot, and if anybody has paid their dues, it's Kelly Fisher.
That 9 ball, 4 racks clear of Iris Renola. Let's learn a little bit more about quickfire Kelly Fisher as we go behind the cue.
I've been working on my break and overall practice, a little bit of my safety play and stuff like that. When you get on that table, nerves and everything included, sometimes it doesn't show you what you've been working on. It's just technique, and sometimes it's hard to find that. And with being a snooker player, we don't know how to break. We're learning all the time. So I've been working on that, and I feel like I've got a little bit more of a better technique and rhythm for my break. So hopefully, you know, keeping it all together and can put a good performance. I just want to win more tournaments and try and take that #1 spot.
Hard work and perseverance definitely paying off for the new #1 ranked player in the world, Kelly Fisher, going after the U.S. Open title.
There's a good break here, a side break that I can teach you. If you take your cue ball and you put it about a ball's length away from the rail, aim the 1 ball for the diamond next to the corner pocket with low English. Now you want to stand up a little bit more on the stance than you normally do, and you choke up a little bit more on the cue stick too. When you shoot the cue ball, make sure to follow through, and as you're doing that, lift your back leg into the shot. This will give you more power into the break. Okay, so we're going to try this break out. That's the Q-Tech Q tip of the day.
The silver cloud in our lining this week has been having Allison Fisher do some sideline work and some commentary of your own. And we're obviously thrilled to have you here. What was it like for you being out there kind of on the other side of things?
Actually, I don't want to get too good at this or enjoy it too much. I'd rather be playing back there, but I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, it's been great working with you. We really appreciate you being here. Now back to the action.
Kelly Fisher about to break in rack number 5. And here's a really interesting stat. 3 out of 4 times she won a game on her break before the quarterfinals, 38% in the quarter and semifinal match, which means to me, Ava, that she's just been playing real hard in those 2 rounds.
Now, there's no question about it. And here she's going to have a chance again to get out, Mitch. 2 ball being down here. 4 is really her key ball that I can see, Mitch. The 1, the 2, the 3 should be no problem. Getting on the 4, that's a little guarded there by the 6. That's going to be the key shot in this rack.
She just wants to keep up the pressure on Iris now. And with her break really turning around after the semifinal match, in which 4 out of the 6 racks she did not make a ball on her own break. She's definitely turned that around in this final matchup. In an alternating break format, Ava, it's going to be tough for Iris to really get in unless Kelly starts making some mistakes big time.
Well, the one thing we haven't seen yet is any pressure applied by Iris on Kelly. So, you know, things can change quickly. Even though it is an alternate break format, you can still come back. You've seen it so many times, one player coming back from what looks like a certain defeat. And that is because it's not just about having a break. It's about what do you do to the other person. The nerve starts playing a big part as well. Oh, I thought she missed that. And here's the shot. She pulls this off. You can see that ball could just as well have hung up, but she does have that shot that she needs on the 4. It's a little tricky shot. She needs to come across. Just give herself some angle here on the 5 so she can get over for the 6 later. Mitch is a little straight on that one. She's not thrilled with this shot. Because what she's going to have to do now is draw this cue ball straight back. Where she wanted to be was right here, so she could make the 5 and then kind of slide down and over to play the 6 in the side. Instead, now she's going to have to draw back for the 6, look out for the 9 ball. You come up too short, you leave yourself a bank a little bit too far, and she could be snooker behind that 9. Real touch shot. Very nicely done. Boy, she's strong right now, right, Mitch? You know, there's no real crack in the armor here.
Well, we've talked about this one for a while. 2004, everybody kind of went, Kelly Fisher, she had a 4th place finish at the U.S. Open that year. 4th place. Very early in this WPBA Classic Tour career. So that's when we started knowing that this one was for real.
And the strongest part about her game is the shot making, and she's going to have to pull it out right here, Mitch. The fact that the cue ball is on the rail makes this 8 ball so much tougher. Just cinching it and taking this shot on the 9.
Deadly. If she can make this 9, this break and run would be her 2nd consecutive break and run. Did not have one of those in either the quarterfinal against Vivian or the semifinal against Jeanette. So you know that Kelly has picked up her play for sure. That's how much this one means to her, and she is zeroed in and very focused. Fired in. All the balls on the scoring strip on Kelly Fisher's side. 5-0 now, trying to get to the title of the U.S. Open 9-ball championship. It is time now for some trivia brought to us courtesy of the folks at Simonis. What did Julie Kelly do for a living before becoming a WPBA Tour Pro? We'll find out after this. What did Julie Kelly do for a living before becoming a WPBA Tour Pro? Let's find out the interesting answer.
I was a sheep farmer in Ireland before I moved here to America to play professional pool. I farmed 100 ewes each year. I decided to sell the sheep and move here to America to play pool. I always have a saying that I moved from the green fields of Ireland to the green felt of America to play on the professional circuit. Since my arrival, I became the 2000 World Champion, which I'm very pleased with.
And thrilled to have her here, we are. Every year, the WPBA invites the American Pool Players Association U.S. Amateur Champ to play in the U.S. Open. This year, Tina Larson, but she's no stranger to professional competition.
I've played on the WPBA Tour on and off for about 17 years because I love the competition. You know, it's great competition. I've been gone for 2 years. I haven't really played competitively at this level, and trying to get back into it is very grueling. I have been an APA member for about 15 years. I still do it every year. I've been doing it every year since I was 22. I absolutely love it. The APA sponsors the US Amateur, which is a tournament that I had won, to get the berth spot here. I think my most memorable moment here for this tournament was being able to actually play the star on the tour, which would be Jasmine Ocean, my first round. And I learned a lot, actually, watching her play. It's always a positive experience to play in a WPBA event. I find it to be a privilege, actually. It's just a completely different atmosphere. It's completely different when you're under the lights playing. And I absolutely love it. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.
Here at the Riverwind Casino, Mitch Lawrence, the striking Viking Ava Mattia Lawrence, and Allison Fisher down on the floor. The finals of the U.S. Open 9-ball championship. And Iris Renola down 5-0 in a race to 7 for the title to Kelly Fisher. Needs something to happen here, Ava, for sure.
Well, she makes a ball. She's got a shot on the 1 ball, it looks like, but it looks like that 4 ball is sitting right by the pocket. It'll be interesting to see. I think it's blocking only part of the pocket. Looks like she can get the 1 ball past the 4.
Let's go down to the floor now. Allison Fisher has a word with the 2003 U.S. Open champion.
I'm joined here now by my arch rival, Karen Corr from Ireland. Karen, we're both US Open champions. Doesn't it hurt for us to be here? How do you feel about your season so far?
I've been quite happy the way I've been playing, to be honest. Had some great results pre-TV stages. Just when I've gotten onto TV, I've made some mistakes and what have you, which has been disappointing. But as far as my game and that, I feel quite happy about that. My breaks really let me down, so I think I'd better go on the building site and laying some bricks or something, you know, get strength up somewhere.
Do not quit your day job. What about this match behind us? We've got Kelly Fisher, Iris Renola. How do you think, what's going to be the outcome of that?
Well, I think Kelly's all fired up now. She's got the #1 ranking, so she's just ready for action, you know what I mean? So, and then Iris and that, she's just tremendous talent and that, so great sign for the standard of the game for the future.
I know it's not the end of you, Karen Corr, because I know what you're all about. So hopefully we'll all be back in the next event trying to win a tournament again. So best of luck to you. Thank you.
Karen Corr, Allison Fisher, since 1996. They have held the #1 ranking in the world. Karen in 2001 and a little bit in 2002. The rest of the years, Allison Fisher. That spot taken over now by Kelly Fisher, the #1 ranked player now. And 77 titles between Allison and Karen in those years, Ava. Talk about dominance. Iris Renola now moving through this rack.
And she's looking at the 6. This is where she wanted to be right here, Mitch, to have an angle to come out for the 8. She talk about needing a rack. And she played that really well, very smoothly, coming around 2 rails for the 8. The last tester here. She got it.
3 times she broke and ran, once against Sarah Ellerby, twice against Yuram Cha in the semifinals. And if ever she needed a break and run, rack #6 was it. On the board finally for Iris Renola from the Philippines. If she wants to get to Kelly Fisher, she's got to start somewhere here in Norman. More right after this. You will not find a more perfect venue for the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship than the Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma. We have had a tremendous week. And here are some other players that have had tremendous weeks here in Norman, our top finishers. Among them, Yuram Cha, semifinalist from Korea, our top finisher, brought to you courtesy of Mueller.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Last 16, I beat Shouting Pan, so I'm very happy. My skill is still not perfect, so I'm learning now about pool. I will just do my best and just try hard. Yeah, I got already last A, so I just try hard. That's my job.
And as we get ready to move to rack number 7, Kelly Quickfire Fisher up 5-1, trying to get to 7 first for the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. She has won 3 times on the WPBA Classic Tour, all of them in San Diego, and what a way to break out of that pattern.
And perfect break. Cue ball stuck right in the middle of the table, made a ball. She's got an opportunity to bank this 1 ball here. Good thing is, cue ball's heading right down for the 2 on this side of the table. Looks like she has a good angle to be able to hold the cue ball. And that's really the big shot. Everything else is pretty much where she would like it to be. Nothing's tied up. No, she goes for the safe, Mitch. You know what? I'm really surprised. Kelly is an offensive player. We talked a lot in the last few matches about how well she has been doing with the safety. She's really worked on her safety game a lot. But that surprised me a little bit. I have a feeling that she said, you know what? Iris is now on the board. I want to make sure that I just bury her. And I'm not going to take any chances of going for that bank shot. It's actually a very experienced move. I'm a little surprised because she is normally so offensive. But I think in this situation, it was the right thing to do.
The ever-expanding education of the #1 ranked player in the world. That's exactly right. And a good hit there by Iris Renola. But control of the table is what this is all about.
And that's back to Kelly. Now, Kelly has a shot at this 1, but I tell you what, it's a very thin hit. And if she played safety on the last one, she may have to do it again here.
Does?
Yeah, she overcut that intentionally to play the safety, get it down there behind the 2 and the 9. Not perfect, but well done.
She is keeping Iris off balance by doing this. After a break and run in the last rack, that is exactly what Kelly wants to do.
Oh, she has to kick at this. Oh, no, not the dreaded 2 rails behind. You play pool at all, you know how often this happens. You go behind the ball right there, and if there's enough room for the cue ball to go behind, it scratches more often than it does not. You really need to get a full solid hit on that ball or hit the opposite side of it.
And you know what? You mentioned something earlier that I think we should bring up again, because there's certain shots that Iris has hit that, you know, weren't exactly the ones that you might call or another seasoned player might not play. And you mentioned earlier that Kelly Fisher has paid her dues. She feels, you and I have talked about this a lot, away from the table, she feels entitled, she feels worthy, she feels deserving of a major championship title. I wonder, does Iris Renola, because she hasn't been around that long, it's only her 2nd WPBA event, she is the Philippine national champion, but the U.S. Open champion carries with it huge baggage. Kelly Fisher is ready for that baggage, and you're watching Iris Renola, who might not be as ready.
I think that's a great point, and I don't think she is. I think she's very satisfied right now. I think she is incredibly relieved, amazed, and happy with making it to the finals. Obviously, she'd want to win here, but she knows that Kelly's got a little work left to do. She might have a chance to get back into this rack again, Mitch. Kelly has to go make the 5 here and come all the way around here. She's going to play 2 rail position out for the 6 on the side. Oh, she is near flawless right now, Mitch. She is playing like the #1 ranked player in the world right this minute.
You know what? She also told me before this match that that was important to her. She knew that she was now going to be, it was the #1 ranked player after she beat Jeanette in the semifinals. She said it was important to her to try to win this because that's what a #1 player would do.
Yeah, and I think that a big part of this too is this is a lot of responsibility that comes with this title, because every single person at every tournament, as long as she is keeping that title, is going to sit down and go, I want to see the #1 player play. And there's there's a weight on your shoulders there holding that. That's why it's so amazing what Alison Fisher has done for so long, holding on to that #1 spot, living up to it tournament after tournament.
Good points all.
All right.
Not an easy shot on the 9.
No, she had to, instead of going around the table, she had an option there. She could have slammed it and gone around the table, but good a shot maker as this woman is, she just decided to take a little bit longer. Longer shot on the 9. And
waiting for it. Kelly Fisher to the hill. She goes 1 rack away from the title here in Norman, Oklahoma. She has put her stamp on this final matchup. A little bit of work left to do.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA US Open 9-Ball Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association is brought to you by Brunswick. Brunswick Billiards since 1845. The standard of superior craftsmanship preferred by experts around the world. By the American Pool Players Association, the largest amateur pool association in America. And by Q-Tech, serious cues for serious players, and choice of the world's most dominant player.
We're going to show you now how close Kelly Fisher came to not even having a chance to play for the Open title. Vivian Villarreal, rack 13, this straight-in shot on the 8. And absolutely heartbreaking for Vivian. Gave Kelly Fisher a chance. And in fairness, she had to come with 2 great shots to get out of that rack. First on the 8, and then a superb shot on the 9. And that moved her to the semifinals, where she played a tremendous match against Jeanette Lee. And now a commanding 6-1 lead over Iris Renola. On the hill, Kelly Fisher, and no place to go for Iris. She has to win every rack to get the title.
Well, it's a good start, Mitch. She makes 3 balls on the break. But again, nothing seems to go right for Iris. The 4 ball is blocking the path for the 2 to the corner pocket. She's going to have to play safety again. No, Iris being from the Philippines, you know, Philippines, it's hot, it's humid. Not all rooms over there by any means have air conditioning, so she is really used to it. She's loving these conditions. A lot of the players over this week have had a hard time with sticky hands, with balls getting dirt on them, with the rails being a little bit more boingy because the rubber is wet. But it plays right into the hands of Iris Renola. She has played such a phenomenal tournament. Had a little hard time in this match so far, but boy, has she played a great tournament, starting out beating the #1 player in the world, Alison Fisher. Or former #1 player in the world, shouldn't we say?
We're so used to saying it. And there, one of the rare mistakes that Kelly Fisher made, Ava. Tough shot.
Yeah, she tried to curve it around a little bit to get a solid hit on the 2, knocking it out of there to the other side of the table.
I personally am going back to the word boingy.
Boingy, you like that?
The technical term for how rails react.
They boing. All right. Needless to say, like you said before, there's no room for error. She needs to make this. But even here, ball in hand, first shot, she's already in trouble. She wanted to be out a little bit more off the rail. Making the 4 ball here, she's going to have to go 2 rails now to come across for the 5 ball down here. No good. Oh, boy.
And Kelly will have a clear shot at the 4 and a chance to wrap it up.
You see right here, she just overcut it. She almost scratched in the side pocket, but the mistake was on the 2, not getting perfect position on that 4.
And you can see it, and good position on the 5. Let's go down and get some final thoughts on the floor from Allison Fisher. Allie?
Kelly Fisher was only 2 shots away from being knocked out in the quarter-final by Vivian Villarreal. Vivian missed the 8 ball and left Kelly 2 chances to win the game, and she took it. Got into the semi-final, scraped by Jeanette Lee, and now she's in the final. Seems like the pressure's eased off a bit. She can feel the title coming her way. She's played this event with great shot-making ability, great safety play, good break, and at the right time, sheer determination to win, and a worthy champion, US Open title.
And certainly Allison will know all about all of those things. That is pretty much all Iris has been able to do all day. First few racks to Kelly. And right now, this is all she wanted to see. For a year, she's been waiting for this shot. What can you say? The crowd absolutely loving it. Kelly Fisher kisses the new #1 ranked player in the world's queue. And here is a look at our updated WPBA rankings. Kelly Fisher on top. Allison Fisher drops to #6, a statement of how tough life is right now on the WPBA Classic Tour. Our Super Shot brought to you by the APA. It's actually a combination of looks at what Kelly Fisher was able to do in this final matchup against Iris Rinola. She absolutely smothered her with fantastic shot making, never gave her a chance. Now let's go down to the floor and Ava, who's got a word with our new champion.
Wow, Kelly Fisher, US Open champion. How does that feel?
I can't believe it. I don't know, I'm just really in shock and absolutely over the moon. I'm thrilled.
I'm sure you are. Last year you were in this position. You had a chance of winning the US Open last year, and you were 1 ball short of getting that accomplished. This must be an amazing win for you, but also a very emotional one.
Yeah, I mean, everything was going through my mind. I was lucky that I got in front because it makes you relax a little bit more, but God, it's all going through my mind last year, and I'm thinking, come on, let's do it this year. And anyway, I'm just so happy. I don't know, I'm really, really thrilled. I really am.
Well, I'm really excited about being able to congratulate you. I knew you wanted a major for a long time, and what a way to win it. 7 games to 1, phenomenal match.
Thank you, thank you.
You could just feel the happiness, the relief coming out of the newly crowned US Open champion. For Allison Fisher and Ava Mattia Lawrence, I'm Mitch Lawrence. Congratulations again to Kelly Fisher, your US Open champion.